All praise to Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. This is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. Hold on a second. All right, so we're going to read again Isaiah. We're going to start this video off again with Isaiah 14 and around the 13th and 14th verse. But this time we're going to read it in the Good News translation. Or let me check this NLT really quick, all right? Did I say, yeah, I said Isaiah. Did I say Isaiah 14? If I didn't, that's what I meant to say. Isaiah 14, verses 13 and 14. All right, actually, we're going to start at 12, okay? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter either or. We'll do the NLT in this video. And then, Lord willing, if we come back, we'll do the Good News translation. Because what we're doing in this video also is still reading a little bit about Esau's mind state. All right. And how he boasts all the time, especially against the Lord, right? Especially against Israelites, especially against anyone that's underneath him, really. Speaking of the elite of Esau, even his own are under his foot. Okay. So here we go. Let's Isaiah 14, starting at verse 12 in the NLT. All right, it reads, "How you are fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning. You have been thrown down to the earth." All right, who's going to throw them down? All right, the Lord and Savior, okay? You have been thrown down to the earth, and you who destroyed the nations of the world, all right, by their policies, by these laws, by all of their ungodliness, all right, their craftiness. Verse 13, it says, "For you said yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above God's stars." All right, they did that in the physical. They got satellites and space stations or whatever up there, if they've even made it up there. All right, but really they set high, and they're in their heaven. All right, they are high above us right now. All right, like the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28. Let me get this really quick. Let's see what the Good News says. The NLT says Deuteronomy 28 and 38. I think may be the verse that I'm looking for. It's not 38, but hold on. It's 43, all right? Deuteronomy 28, 43. "The foreigners living among you will become stronger and stronger while you become weaker and weaker." All right? Again, another clue. "They will lend money to you, but you will not lend to them. They will be the head and you will be the tail." All right, but just really quick, I still want to get that. All right, because in Isaiah 14 in the NLT, It said in verse 13, it said, "For you said yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above God's stars. I will preside on the mountain of the gods far away in the north." All right, so they are in their heaven. All right, they are above us. We are the tail, they are the head as of right now. All right, but the Lord is going to throw them down. But let's go ahead and get this in Deuteronomy so you can see that the Lord said that this would happen way back here in Deuteronomy 28 and what was that, 40? 43. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail." All right. Let me get down here a little bit further. Verse 45 of Deuteronomy, and this isn't back in the King James. It says, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee." All right, not all at once. We can't say that we've all been, especially right here and right now. We can't say we've all been through this, what is being stated here. But over time, if you understand reincarnation, that it is biblical. All right, we have been through this at some point. Okay, it was a curse from the that was put on us. Verse 45 of Deuteronomy 28 in the King James, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed." And that word destroyed, all right, destructure, or to take away our structure, all right. And none of us, well, I'm not going to say none of us, the remnant and the elect are starting to come back into order, all right. But the rest of the Israelites are out of order, man. All right, no structure at all whatsoever. Again, Deuteronomy 28:45, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee," they the curses, all right, "shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee." Again, they got up above through the power. All right, the Lord gave them that position. They didn't get it on their own. Okay, this is what they fail to realize. This is what a lot of people fail to realize. Most of the world, everything happens through the Lord's will. Okay. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. If you don't believe it, try to survive without involving or going to these people in need of anything. Try that out. All right. You act like you don't need the Lord. Try living without these people. Okay. Again, and that's the world is going through it right now, and I mean the world in the oikoumeny sense. If you have understanding, you know what I mean by that. All right. But especially the world in the cosmos sense. Okay. Especially us, especially Israelites, are going through this. Okay. So back in Isaiah 14 in the NLT, in verse 13, "For you said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above God's stars. I will preside on the mountain of the gods far away in the north. All right. I will climb to the highest heavens and be like the Most High. And we ran through a bunch of clips the other day, 2 videos ago or three. I think 2 videos ago. Yeah, 2 videos ago. So not the last video, or the one before that, but the one before that. All right, the one with the same title. All right, we ran through like 4 clips. All right, where you heard it straight from uh, the devil's mouth, man. You heard it straight from Esau, which I don't know. He could be a, I don't know, the way he speak, man. He blaspheming the spirit. As a matter of fact, I think he's Esau. All right, he's an Edomite, blaspheming the spirit like that, saying that the Lord, what did he say? I forget what he said, man. He said too much, and I'm not even gonna repeat that shit. All right. So let's let's get to this reading that I wanted to do really quick. I don't have that much time, so this video is gonna be short. Lord willing, again, we'll come back in the next upcoming videos. So we were reading about what is gene editing. All right. And I started to do these drop down questions, right? But I forgot to go back and read the gene editing. So here we go.
Gene editing. Gene editing.
All right, gene editing. Noun, it says alteration of the genetic material of a living organism by inserting, replacing, or deleting a DNA sequence, typically with the aim of improving some characteristics of a crop or farm animal, or correcting a genetic disorder. Now, here we go with this correcting shit. The Lord put people here exactly how they were meant to be put here. And you talking about correcting, all right, improving. Okay, y'all some blasphemous. Hey man, y'all gonna get handled when the Lord get here, man. All right, let's do some more drop down questions, and then I'll type in what is gene editing technology. All right, we'll just take a look at that just to see, and then we'll go on to the subject matter of this, which is CRISPR. All right, we'll get some reading on CRISPR and see what that's about. Let's see. I think we already read this, but let's do it again. What is gene editing in simple terms? Genome editing is a method for making specific changes to the DNA of a cell or organism. It can be used to add, remove, or alter DNA in the genome. Let's just go ahead and see what genome is, all right?
Genome.
All right, it says now, biology, it says the haploid set of chromosomes in a gamete or microorganism, or in each cell of a multicellular organism. It says a complete set of genes or genetic material present in a cell or organism. I should have put that first. Simple terms. All right, let's see. What is the simplest definition of genome? Yeah, this is what we read. The complete set of DNA in an organism, in people. Almost every cell in the body contains a complete copy of the genome. The genome contains all of the information needed for a person to develop and grow. All right, let me see. All right, hold on. I'm just looking for I'm gonna read this to you real quick. What race is the most healthiest? It says black and I don't know what this other word is. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Now I don't know how to get back to where I was. Well, I guess I wasn't meant to read that question, man. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and go to what is gene editing technology. AI overview says gene editing technology, also called genome editing, is a scientific method that allows researchers to precisely change an organism's DNA by adding, removing, or altering specific sequences at targeted locations within the genome, essentially enabling the modification of genes to achieve desired traits or potentially treat diseases. The most well known gene editing technique is CRISPR. All right, we're going to read on that, which acts like molecular scissors to cut DNA at specific points, allowing targeted edits to be made. All right. Uh, that ended up being what is the same definition, I believe. So for what is gene editing. All right, but they make specific changes. So now you know when the food comes through and it's all messed up after they done dealt with it. All right, they did that on purpose. All right, they precisely changed things. Now they want to do it in people under the guise of health benefits. I'm pretty sure maybe, all right, uh, maybe there's a bigger picture why they want to do this stuff. All right, these people are slick and cannot be trusted. Let's get a couple scriptures on that, and then Lord willing, we'll be back later. Hold on a second. All right. So let's get a couple scriptures on all right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away." All right, his wickedness is always going to be there, man. All right, verse 12 of Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, it says, "Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith." Now Esau wants birthright back. He wants to take our place. All right, but he doesn't realize from the beginning this is what the Lord meant it to be. All right, I heard somebody say that they questioned Jacob because he was slick and sly, right? I mean, slick and about getting his birthright back. All right, but they forget to realize that they forget about this. Let me go here. Let me get this verse really quick. Let's see. They forget about Genesis chapter 25. All right, and we're gonna start. Uh, man, we'll start at 23. All right. It says, "And the Lord said unto her." Okay. This is when Esau and Jacob was born. This is speaking of the her speaking of Rebecca. All right. And the Lord said unto her, two nations. Let me start up. 21. It says, "And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived." Uh, Isaiah or Genesis 25 and 21. Let me go and read this in the. Read this in the NLT really quick, all right? And this is starting at verse 24, Genesis 25, all right? Genesis chapter 25, starting at 24. "And when the time came to give birth, Rebekah discovered that she did indeed have twins. The first one was very red at birth and covered with thick hair like a fur coat. So they named him Esau. All right. Uh, then the other twin was born with his hand grasping Esau's heel. So they named him Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when the twins were born." The heading above the next verse says Esau sells his birthright. This is what people fail to remember, man. He tried to have his cake and eat it too. All right. Esau sells his birthright. Verse 27, it says, "As the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter. He went, or excuse me, he was an outdoorsman, but Jacob had a quiet temperament, preferring to stay at home. Isaac loved Esau because he enjoyed eating the wild game Esau brought home, but Rebekah loved Jacob. One day, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau arrived home from the wilderness, exhausted and hungry. Esau said to Jacob, 'I'm starved. Give me some of that red stew.'" This is how, let me go, 31. All right, verse 31, it says, "All right," Jacob replied, "but trade me your rights as the firstborn son." "Look, I'm dying of starvation," Esau said. "What good is my birthright to me now?" All right, but Jacob said, "First you must swear that your birthright is mine." So Esau swore an oath, thereby selling all his rights as the firstborn to his brother Jacob. Okay. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and lentil stew. Esau ate the meal, then got up and left. He showed contempt for his rights as the firstborn. All right. So just like now in these days, all right, um, Esau wants his birthright back, man. But it's he swore with an oath. All right, there is no going back. And the Lord wrote that to happen. All right, he spoke that into happening. Okay, it was meant for us all along. All right. So, uh, Lord willing, when we come back, we'll do some more reading on CRISPR. All right, but I just wanted to read a little bit of that gene editing and some of those verses. All right, from the scripture. So, Lord willing, this came through as sincere and edifying. All right, so with that, all praise to Yahweh, Bahoshem Yahweh Shai, Bahoshem Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. This is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.